Well, we're back again. So I'm on my way back from Pasadena, and I never thought in a million years that I would feel my lips tingle. You know, I never thought in a million years that when I started to talk, I felt like a little bit of a slur. So I was kind of wondering, like, am I having a stroke? Like, low key, like, is something happening to me? So I go to the gym this morning, you know, Planet Fitness. If you're on my IG, you probably know what's up. I go to the gym this morning. I knock out my core workout. And it was pretty easy because I got light work. You know, I'm trying to get back into the gym, as y'all know. And I've been pretty consistent every single day, except for yesterday I didn't go. So I missed one day out of all the days, which I just took it as a rest day. I needed some rest. Anyway, after I get out, I posted on my IG, and it was a pretty cool post. And then one of the homies seen it that I had met not too long ago. We met at like a get together, a party, and it was pretty cool because he was like, "Yo, we gotta go do hot yoga, 6:30 p.m. Well, he didn't really say it, but he typed it that way with a whole bunch of fire emojis. So I was like, all right, well, I don't think I could be able to go because after I get out of work, I got to go home and try to get some plans together for the house. But then at the same time, I'm also thinking like, man, I want to hang out. I want to talk to the people, build some better relationships, build some more connections. So like, why wouldn't I try to, you know, make it down there? So I said, forget it. I hit him up at like 3 something like, yo, bro, I'm going. High yoga on me. Let's go. So I get down there, I park, go to the little parking structure or whatever, and then go. I'm like, this building looks really, really nice. It looks like super nice, you know? So I'm like, all right, cool. Then I'm trying to find the hot yoga because I'm like on GPS. You know, you try to walk, you switch from like driving directions to walking directions. Well, I got the walking directions. I finally found it, and then you start seeing the signs: high yoga, high yoga, high yoga, high yoga. I'm like, all right, for sure. So then I go downstairs. I'm like, oh damn, high yoga. It was looking really fresh. I'm like, yo, this is tight. It looked real fresh, like a spa, real nice in there. I'm like, okay, this is different. I met my homeboy named Z Gum. I think it's Z Gum, but he says call him Z because I couldn't remember his name. And Pakistani, super cool cat. He said he don't know how he got his name, but he said his name meant courage. And since my name was Andrew, you know, if y'all don't know that, YBT is Andrew Tolly. My name means bravery. So like between our names is courage and bravery. So we made a cool connection because he was cool as hell. And so I talked to Z. I'm like, yo, Z. He's showing me around. He's like, oh, this is complimentary. This is complimentary, dude. We go ahead and take a salt shot. What is a salt shot? You put some salt in some water and you take a shot out of it. And I guess it helps you, you know, and with your blood vessels, it opens it up and it helps you recover if you're feeling a little woozy or feeling a little off, which is pretty cool. I never knew that. So we go. So now I get dressed. I couldn't take the phone in there to be able to do anything. But anyway, if you were from like a different place, when you walk into this place, if you were from like, I don't care, anywhere else other than like a Miami, a New York, a Hawaii, you know, like maybe some parts of Texas. If you were like in the Midwest somewhere or somewhere up north, and you came to California expecting everybody to be in shape and them to look fantastic, like freaking camera ready and Instagram gorgeous and ready to be on point, like men and women, like on point. This is when you walk into this place, literally, that's what you see. All you see is people that could pose for any magazine in the damn world. I couldn't believe how in shape everybody was. You know how like most people, like I do, like they have a gut and it kind of goes out a little bit and kind of comes back. Nah, all these people in here was having negative guts, where it's like a negative slant, like it goes from their pelvic chest and it goes negative into their waist. I was like, what the heck? These people is hella in shape. Anyway, the trainer is my homegirl. I'm like, oh, what's up, girl? What's up? What's the deal? And then my homeboy got there, and then my homegirl's daughter was in there too. So everybody was in there. We was having a whole cool little time, hella fun, real chill, right? Now, check this out. What we end up doing, we do all the workouts. Super tough workouts. I'm talking about insane holds and pushes and stretches and movements, and it's hot as hell in there. Like Hades, capital H-E double hockey sticks. Hell, hot, steamy, not a drop. They say, hey, and then, by the way, they gave me this water. I left it on accident, but it's $5. You want water? $5. $5 a bottle in there. But they gave me for free to get it, comp me in. Which that was cool because my boy Z hooked it up. He's just really cool. Anyway, great time. I'm in there doing my thing. They had these challenges and these competitions. I lost the challenge. However, didn't matter because I was like, I thought I was strong. I'm not strong compared to these women and these men up in there, dude. They were freaking beastie. Holding, oh, anyway. At the end of it all, we did this for an hour. Dope music, dope trainer, the whole thing, right? At the end of it all, I started feeling my lips tingling. I started feeling my lips and my body, my nose tingling. I'm like, yo, am I having a stroke? That's crazy. Am I having a straight stroke? Wow, that's wild. So I end up trying to touch my face. Anyway, I end up going into the locker room after we got done talking to the homie and talking to the other guy in there. And I'm slurring my words. I'm like, I'm feeling tingly all over my body. I'm trying to drink some water to get back on point, but I'm low-key slurring my words. And my mind and everything else is like dotting up. I'm like, yo, this is wild, bro. This is trippy. Anyway, that finally subsides. And I talked to the homie. He's like, man, I couldn't even do it today. It was rough. And I was like, yo, he asked me like, did you leave the class at any time? I was like, nah, I didn't leave. He's like, oh, bro, then you're good. Let me tell you, if you're ever in Pasadena, make sure you go. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you go to Hot Yoga 8. It's sick. It's in Pasadena, right across the street from King Taco. Make sure you go, because it was legit. It was a cool experience. I appreciate the new experience. Got to take some pictures. I ain't gonna post any of those pictures right now, but it was just a really, really good time. I had a good time, man. I'm ready to get ready to go home. As y'all know, I've been doing a cold plunge every day in the morning. I've been doing my Bible reading every day. I've been almost working out every day just for yesterday. But the year of consistency has garnered a lot more connections with people, a lot more hangouts, a lot more positivity from people around me. I'm noticing that people are gravitating towards me and my energy. I still do see me not giving as much as I possibly can. So I got to work on that part of myself. But other than that, I find that I'm growing and I'm getting better. So I got to just continue to keep it rolling. I had big plans this year, and you guys already know my goals. And so we're about to rock it out. A new thing for the 5 a.m. plunges that we've been doing. I might actually interview my boy, just a short interview, 4 or 5 minutes. And you know, he has a gym, and you know, kind of talk about his story. But he has a pretty cool, crazy story. And I might want to talk about that live, because my man almost was not with us, like actually wasn't with us for a second, but came back and defeated all the odds. And I want to kind of go over his story with him, maybe in a cold plunge, not tomorrow, but definitely in the future. But I thought that everything was pretty great today. I just got to continue. When I go home, I got a lot of rest yesterday, so I can stay up, do my best to try to clean up, do my best to knock this video out, shoot this out, and just continue to keep on trying to build every single freaking day. So I appreciate y'all listening to the story. I know I didn't have a big old climax and all that, but shout out to my homeboys, shout out to my homegirls, shout out to all the relationships, shout out to God. Make sure you guys are doing the best you can every single day, max out every single day. And I'll leave you with this. I asked my friend earlier today, I said, hey, you know, the one I go plunging with, I asked him, I said, hey, I seen this video on Instagram that one of my friends sent me, and it said most people don't have $1 million because they don't even know what they would do with $1 million if they were to have it given to them. He said, if your friend was to give you $1 million tomorrow, do you have a plan for the money? Or would you just pay bills, pay debt, and then let the rest sit and not have a job? And I thought about it. I was like, yep, I honestly would. I know some people try to buy a house. I know some people try to do that. But as far as like investing the money and making the money work for you, nah, man, I guess I don't have that kind of plan. So I started thinking about it. I was like, okay, why don't I got that plan? And how can I start developing that plan? So then I started hitting up my friends. I was like, yo, we should start developing that plan because that's a leak. If we don't know what we would do with $1 million, how the heck are we going to ever get $1 million? How? We won't. Because we won't know what to do with it. We won't have it for long if we ever did get it. And so I hit my boy up in the morning. I was like, yo, I told him the story. $1 million, plan, we give a texted him, right? He hits me back with perspective. He was like, man, I completely agree. I don't know what I would do with $1 million. However, there's another perspective that I heard from another mentor, you know, maybe an outside mentor that he doesn't have, like, but he just listens to his words. And he was like, well, if I offered you $1 million, but for that $1 million, you weren't able to wake up tomorrow, like you ceased to exist, but you got $1 million, but you cease to exist tomorrow, would you still take that $1 million? I think most people would answer, no, I wouldn't take it. Why? Because you're dead and you're gone and you can't be able to enjoy it. What does that mean? What it meant is you waking up tomorrow is worth more than the $1 million that somebody was going to give you. You waking up is worth more than $1 million. Interesting perspective that he gave, that he had listened to. It made me think of a different perspective. I started thinking like to myself, wrapping it back around to the planning for the $1 million. I said, okay, well, in that case, if we want to plan for $1 million because of how important it is, and we don't necessarily know what we would do with it all the way because we didn't plan for it, but it's still important, but our life is more important than $1 million, then how much more is it important to plan for our next days into the future than it is that $1 million? And why don't we use it and treat it as such? It's more important to plan for your next day, to make sure you maximize it because it's worth more than the $1 million. As well, planning for the $1 million, but do the one that's worth more. So I'm gonna make sure I plan tonight, even if I'm tired, because if somebody gave me $1 million tomorrow and they said they got to look at your plan in order to give you the $1 million, I guarantee I'll stay up all night and plan to make sure I got the $1 million. But if my life is worth more than that $1 million, then why wouldn't I stay up to make a plan for my day tomorrow, to make sure that I am going to be treating the most valuable thing that I currently have, which is the time that I have, so that I can be able to give it as bountifully to the people and to the things that are the most important as possible. So I want to leave y'all with that. Hopefully you guys got something out of that. Some of you may have already heard that, except for the last part. But other than that, if you haven't heard that, I hope you got something out of that. It is your boy, YBT, all day. Want to leave y'all with that. Love y'all. See y'all later.